All right, we're hot. We're live, and what's going on, folks? It's Rickzilla here. Uh, Happy 4th of July for people who, well, are celebrating in their own specific way. With COVID going on, and might be hard to have like a family get-together. Well, it's impossible for family get-togethers happening due to COVID. But I got you, folks. I got your back, no matter what. And since we're talking about a certain individual, since it is a national holiday, let us celebrate by commemorating a national hero. Well, a hero to the internet. Because, you know what? I honestly have no idea what to say in these streams. I just say something that really doesn't make any coherent sense. But I got you. I got you, folks. So, watch one of the internet pioneers, Sonichu the Electric Hedgehog Pokemon. Geno Samuel recently uploaded the part 40 of his comprehensive history, which you can check it out. I've been doing the comprehensive history watch parties on my Twitch, which barely has any responses or any chats. That's because I still didn't know what I was doing. Now that I can log into my YouTube account and do my reviews on there, I got a better chance at this. So, to my minuscule followers, this is to you. And you'll understand why I've been comparing Shandy to Chris Chan. To any followers who watch my Shandy videos. This is one of the reasons.
What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
God, I love that intro. Props to Geno Samuel for giving us this stuff. Because if it weren't for him, half of us wouldn't know who Chris Chan was. Well, everybody knows. Well, a majority of us knows him. Well, those who have covered him know him. Those who have made documentaries before Geno Samuel know him. But not many of us have known who Chris Chan was. Well, either they haven't been on the internet for long or they're still too young. But I got you, people. I got you. We'll learn who Chris Chan was together. So,
on May 15th, 2014, Christian posted on Facebook requesting that if any generous donators happen to be interested in sending him gifts, they
I'm doing a live stream.
should send him cash or gift cards. His post was accompanied by 19 logos of companies for which he would like the gift cards to be applied.
That's a lot of stuff.
After posted a wish list consisting of desired Lego building sets. This was soon followed by an album of Lego minifigurines that he needed/wanted. members of the Quickie forums researched the listed items and estimated that Chris's entire wish list would cost between $3,000 and $5,000.
That's a lot.
In the comments for his posts, his Facebook friends, Kim Wilson and William Elliott Waterman, questioned his reasoning for wanting and needing these expensive Lego sets. Christian stated that the gifts would be for future reference and events. Kim asked what these events were, since Christmas was not for another 8 months, and his birthday was even longer after that. After reading the lengthy comment thread, Chris clarified that he planned to refer to the wish list when special days like Christmas were coming up, and would choose an item to get as a present. He added that he still needed replacement sets to replace the ones that were damaged by his house fire. At around that time, Chris asked his online gal pal, played by Kim Wilson, to search for and message women on his behalf on the online dating website OkCupid. On May 24th, he complained to her messaging a woman whose profile was only a 71% match with his own. He also deemed her to be quite overweight and unappealing.
Yeah. I'm not gonna front there. Yeah, I did have like an OkCupid account where I was rating girls that... You know what? I'm not gonna get into it. It doesn't matter anymore because I'm done with that crap. I mean, it's just... I don't know if online dating or online matches are a scam. They could be a scam. But there are... You know, have you ever... Well, you know the show Catfish. It's obvious that those are just... It's obvious that online dating could be a scam. But I've seen some results. It depends on what kind of online dating sites are legitimate. Because some can be considered a scam, others can be considered legitimate. It depends on what you're going for.
The gal pal emailed him back.
Also, I stopped. Yes, I get notifications for matches on Zoosk.
Chris, you shouldn't turn people down because of appearance when you're not a skinny mini yourself. Keep your mind open, and a lot more doors will open for you. Chris, you're afraid of people from the internet. It's only fair that a woman would be wary as well. It doesn't mean she's a troll or anything. A woman doesn't owe you anything, so don't expect that they have to meet you on your terms. Keep that in mind, and you'll be mute successful.
Keep in mind that Christian has been trolled by countless people on the internet pretending to be girls interested in him. He has done a lot of crazy shit, such as, well, putting a medallion up his butt and wearing adult diapers. Or technically, he was wearing pull-ups and posing with them in them. And I think Jackie was one of the many trolls that kind of pushed the boundaries or tried to get him to be more open. But it was Blue Spike and Jule that pushed him over the edge, especially with that reveal video.
Close parentheses. Chris wrote back, criticizing her for softly calling him fat, and reciting a spontaneously envisaged story inspired by a Lego set about a couple with weight problems. She replied, that he was the one who was making fun of people wider than himself, and reconsidered her efforts in helping him on OkCupid, since she found a couple with weight problems. She replied, pointing at...
I'm just looking at the responses from Jackie. I mean, not Jackie, Kim Wilson.
that he was the one who was making fun of people wider than himself, and reconsidered her efforts in helping him on OkCupid.
I'm just going to read Chris's responses.
That he was better at getting women than she was. Christian disagreed and asked for her continued help. Also on the 24th, Chris updated his Facebook profile cover photo, A picture of the Sonichu characters, made out of a mix of Lego figurines and modeling clay. To
Crayola model magic.
many observers' surprise, the family included Simone LaRoche, the character that he was forced into creating in his comics, because it was largely lifted from Christopher George's Simone Chu. He followed up with an album of photos featuring Simone in a range of positions, including one in which she is copulating with her romantic partner, Wild Sonichu.
Ew.
Kim left a comment, accusing him of being dishonest because he had made a promise that Simone would remain dead. Chris wrote that he had revived her and that her death was troll influenced, so he aimed to eventually redraw her death pages to show that she was not dead. Kim criticized him for breaking his promise, to which Chris replied, "Everyone, sing along. I don't care. I don't care. Oh look, a free hat. I don't care. You can put on clean bra and underwear, 'cause I don't care. I will do what I want, when I want, and no troll is going to rewrite my history." Simone LaRoche lives on as a model construction working mother of Sandy with her husband, Sonichu.
I think Dylan Thomas talked about this when he was talking about either Chris and his ego, or when he was reading the article on Chris and his ego, or Chris in reality. One of the two.
P.S. The Voltorb was properly diffused and released back into the wilds of Kanto's abandoned electric plant. The damn trolls were still put under arrest. No bloody punishment was ensued upon the guilty. I personally beat the living crap out of them and Daniel Mims. Then let them live out their lifelong prison sentence in the offshore prison stronger than Alcatraz.
Also, he retconned the issue 10 of Sonichu.
So there. Chris deleted some of Williams' more critical comments, while Kim highlighted that he wanted to remove wholesome influences from his story. Then Sandy, Simone's offspring.
Hold on.
Chris deleted some of Williams' more critical comments, while Kim highlighted that he wanted to remove wholesome influences from his story. Then Sandy, Simone's offspring, could not exist either. During the second half of May, under the username Jesus Guides Me Too, Chris listed a handful of items originally belonging to his father on the online auction site eBay. These included several vintage model plane construction sets and a copy of a 1721 Antonio Stradivarius violin.
Is he... Okay, this is the part where... This is where he's going to be This is where he's going to start selling most of his dad's possessions. I mean, most of the trolls who have watched and observed Chris for a while might buy that shit. But to Bob, that shit was sentimental. Then again, Chris stopped caring about his father after his death. Hell, he even retconned his origin story, saying that Bob was part Sonichu.
The model planes were listed as new and in mint condition, even though the boxes showed visible water damage.
From the fire.
Performance member masquerading as a Sonichu fan Chris on eBay, stating that he would buy a model kit if he drew another comic issue of Sonichu.
I think Chris quit drawing after the trolls made him fuck a PlayStation 3. I don't know. That was in that video to Jack Thaddeus as a plea to get his PlayStation Network accounts back. You know, Chris is very materialistic when it comes to that kind of shit. He holds only so much empathy towards, well, himself and his materialistic items, such as his Sonichu medallions and his toys, which is why he had a difficult time trying to sell them, only to pocket the money and buy them back, which is why a lot of people are saying that, are urging people, a lot of people on YouTube, like Dylan Thomas and I don't know, Gibby would say something about that, but I know some other YouTubers would say, don't give Chris money because he doesn't really deserve it. And I do agree, he doesn't really deserve the money, because all he does is just spend it all on toys.
Chris left an angry response. I gave up my PS3 to the damn trolls for $900 by destroying it, and nobody paid me. What the hell makes you believe I would volunteer any creation of mine for anyone online so I could pervert it and make more humiliation and incriminate upon myself and my of characters, where I would obviously receive no financial funding whatsoever? Tell that in your circle.
Wow. You didn't have to be rude, Chris. Honestly, this is just petty.
Regarding the violin, Chris received some questions on eBay, most likely from persons simply interested in buying the instrument. They stated that the violin looked a little beaten up and that the bow needed to be. If a buyer chose the more expensive buy it now price of $300, Chris and his mother could get the bow restrung before shipping. On May 28th.
I don't really think Chris knows how to restring a violin. The only instrument Chris ever played was his Guitar Hero controller. And we've kind of seen those videos of him playing Guitar Hero badly and missing every beat. But then again, he doesn't really play the game that often. He just simply showcases the controller in several videos, including the music challenge against Liquid Chris and Holding Out for a Hero, the video for Ivy, as well as Don't Laugh at Me.
Chris begged on Facebook for someone to buy the Stradivarius violin copy because he and his mother needed the money. Soon after, he posted 2 photos of 2 Lego sets that were sent to him as a present. He thanked the sender and then once again listed the Lego sets that he needed the most. William Waterman left a comment. Chris, this is greedy. You're trying to sell your father's violin, which we don't know if you wanted the family to keep it, because you desperately need the money. And at the same time, you are begging for replacements of your Lego sets that melted on public posts. Do you not see what's wrong with this? People will think you're just selling one of your late father's possessions to buy Legos. If you delete my comment, I saved the backup. Chris did not address his comments. The following day, he posted a photo of a Lego Friends construction set and commented, I really want this. Multiples of these. At around the same time, a Forms member contacted him inquiring about one of the model airplanes he was interested in buying. He managed to convince him to sell it for $17.99, as stated on the box, rather than for Chris's original asking price of $50.
I honestly don't know how to get the chat open, but which sucks for me, because I really want to see some people in the stream talking, chatting, which is why I have the chat box, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Hopefully when I keep doing more of these streams, people will start engaging. Maybe if I learn how to do the streams properly, I can get some more coverage. But it is what it is.
On June 1st, Christian listed a new drawing of Sonichu and Rosechu up for sale on eBay. The starting bid was set at $20, and there was an option to buy it now for $100. He offered
Why?
a copy of the picture.
Why would you overprice a simplistic drawing like that? That's kind of a low blow, if you know what I mean, if you ask me.
As an anti-forgery measure, he also notified his Facebook friends about it and
this is basically the start of the quote-unquote financial crisis, where Chris is selling all of his father's possessions so that he can buy toys, which, of course, correlates with him with the financial crisis, as I said.
clarified Roaster's gender. In case you were paying attention, Raichu tail is female, just as the Rosechu that transformed from the original female Raichu has always been and will always be. Vaginia, ovaries, C-cup milking breasts with tits and all. Trolls and onlookers soon focused in on the sock action, which was shared in a thread on the website.
Oh, fuck! Oh, damn. That is just wrong. But then again, Chris isn't good in this either, because if you remember, or anyone who's ever been around during Chris Chan's era would remember that Chris made a video directed towards Clyde Cash where he kinda made fun of the September 11th attack, even though he claimed he didn't. But we all know that was a damn lie.
During the first day, many bid on the item, continuously increasing the latest price of the drawing, for which they had no means nor intention of paying.
Oh my god, that could be a dick move, but
Added an extended disclaimer to the description, stating that no altercations could be made to the drawing, and that it would be mailed to the highest valid bidder in a photo frame.
no one is going to pay him that much.
At around 24 hours after he posted the drawing, the highest bid was $13,200.
Why?
Soon after, the listing was removed. On June 2nd, Chris relisted the artwork with a starting bid of $100.
What?
To buy it now at $500.
What?
Facebook, he wrote,
Why? Why, Chris? It's not even that valuable. I don't care if you need the money. A drawing like that would sell up to, like, I don't know, 5 cents, give or take. I know I'm just being a bit harsh on Chris, but again, why would he bid that high? This doesn't make him even better. And it's not going to get people to buy his shit if he raises the prices. I don't care if he needs the money. He could just go get a damn job, for all I know. But then again, I don't know if Chris is capable of actually doing work. But then again, I don't care. But then again, I just think he's just lazy. Never mind.
Moved because his name as a celebrity was in the title.
What? I really hate that. I really hate that statement. Kind of reminds me when Shani and Rev would say that they were celebrities, and that's why they didn't pick up their son Zachary at school, because they were busy being celebrities. All because they were featured on a Shane Dawson video. This is the same mentality I'm seeing here.
To a person on eBay with a query about the price, Chris wrote that he had to increase the starting bid and buy it now value due to rising interest and hurt from the trolls.
The hurt from the trolls? Ugh, of course. It's always the troll's fault that he has to raise the price.
He included some additional details, such as a black and white photo of the drawing in its photo frame, a color close-up of Sonichu and Rosechu's groins, and a shot of the signature and date of drawing, which he mistakenly wrote as a date 2 weeks into the future. He acknowledged
Why?
the mistake and wrote that it could not be changed, as the picture had already been laminated.
Why?
His highest bid soon reached over $15,000 before it was removed again, this time for having links to his Facebook page in the description.
This is one of the reasons why Chris's eBay. This is the reason why Chris Chan's eBay. This is one of the reasons why Chris Chan got banned from eBay, is because he keeps either removing the listing or adding his Facebook profile in his eBay account.
On June 3rd, he listed the drawing for the third time, now with the buy it now option of $1,000.
Why? Why would you raise the price?
He added a photo of himself holding up the framed picture in question.
And he looks defeated.
He later made a Facebook post, hinting that he had also been trying to sell the drawing outside of his eBay listing's terms, which he was now restricted from doing. The next day, Christian modified the listing to remove any bidding.
I tried selling my GameCube on the Yuma Exchange, which really wasn't that much of a good idea because I didn't even know how to sell at the time. I still don't know how to sell, which is why I haven't sold anything on eBay. I only use it just to buy shit. I don't know how to sell. Hell, I don't even know how to run I don't even know how to run management. Yet. Like I said, yet. I just gave my GameCube to my nephew. For free. Yes, I was desperate for money. I was desperate to get money from people. Frankly, I don't care anymore. I should do it just for the passion, not for profit.
And offered the drawing only as an immediate purchase with an asking price of $5,000.
Why?
The item was
Yeah, back in 2014, I was basically like Chris Chan. Always begging for money, always asking for a boyfriend-free girl. I didn't know if I had autism or not. I kind of acted like I did, but I didn't have like a high-pitched nasally voice, and I didn't dress up like a girl. Thank God. Oh, and also I didn't have like a hybrid Sonic Pikachu OC as well.
many offers, though all were rejected by Chris because they were too low or that the bidders had less than 10 points of feedback. After some time, he brought the asking price down to $2,500.
Why don't you just sell it for $1 billion?
He shortly accepted an offer of $1,000 from a buyer who had only received 2 feedback comments in his eBay history. On June 5th, Chris confirmed that the buyer was unwilling to pay $1,000 for the drawing, so he relisted the picture again, setting the buy now price at $1,000
Why?
with no option for bidding.
Why? Why would you do this? I don't even care if you need the money. But why would you sell a simplistic drawing for $1,000? Maybe if it were one of your early works, then I would understand that you would need to sell it. But I highly doubt most of his early works survived the house fire, but it is what it is.
He further stated the importance of selling the drawing on Facebook, the proceeds from which would go to his mother and his mother's debts and living.
Just get a damn job. And I know I'm not one to say that because I haven't worked in a while. My job is basically a student. And I know I'm kindly on it. I'm taking a sabbatical because college was a bit stressful, and hopefully when this quarantine ends, assuming that if it's going to end, then I'll go back to school. But then again, this whole COVID thing, this pandemic, it's gonna blow over eventually. Maybe in the next year or so, or decade, century, whatever. But it's gonna go away. Nothing lasts forever. All right? And this virus isn't gonna last forever. I don't care what the World Health Organization says. It's gonna go away.
On June 8th, Chris received an email from eBay notifying him that his listing was once again removed due to him advertising the listing on Facebook, which could be seen as a desire to make transactions through private messages and bypassing the necessary fees on eBay. He made it clear on Facebook that he was willing to put the drawing back up on eBay with a non-negotiable price of $1,000. He also claimed that people had instead been giving money to the Quickie and the Quickie forums. Soon after this announcement, he relisted the item, though it was soon removed again. Chris received another email from eBay.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get agitated that Chris would do this. But then again, I think he deserves it. I'm not saying that to being mean. I'm saying that as a fact because what does he he doesn't know how to list items on eBay. And it's not because he has autism. I don't care if it's like high functioning autism, mid or low functioning, which again, I honestly believe that Chris might have a low functioning autism, because it doesn't matter if that means he's not capable of vocal communication. Yeah, he might not be that vocal because, again, he always says that he's been shy all the time, which could mean that he could be low functioning. Because, in a sense, he was a mute until the age of 7. And I'm surprised that he wasn't removed from his home and placed in a group home afterwards.
Telling him that his account had been reviewed and was given a 3-day suspension from posting any new items on the site. He wrote an angry Facebook post blaming the troll's actions for his recent development and determined that the only way to make up for it was to stop donating to the Quickie and Quickie forums, and demanded that someone donate $1,000 to his personal PayPal account.
Again, he's still blaming the trolls for his own problems. Who does that remind you of, guys?
Next day, he added that he will send the framed drawing to the first person who sends him $1,000 via PayPal. Once he has paid the amount, he expressed that he will price future drawings more reasonably. However, if no one sends him the money within the next 3 days, he will relist the drawing on eBay again with the same price tag attached. As members of the Quickie forums discussed the likelihood of Chris using the proceeds of the sale for Legos, a person got in touch with Chris privately, who later shared a screenshot of their messages, stating that he was planning on using 25% of the asking price on Legos, with $500 going for his mother, and the remainder to pay off debts. On June 12th, Christian put the drawing up for sale.
This is what everybody keeps talking about when it comes to Chris, is that, again, I know you guys can't see the chat. I still don't know how to put that up. Maybe if I, like, implemented adjustments to the... Can you see the chat now? I know I only have the chat box, but that's all there is to it. Sorry if I had to do that. Alright. That was the theme, sorry. Oh, sorry. There. I know how to do it. I don't know if the chat box is gonna work. I highly doubt it, but it is what it is. Maybe if I send like a message.
With no change to the buy it now amount, the drawing received many offers, though all
Why?
less than 4 hours after it was listed. The item was taken down from eBay again, and Chris informed his followers and his friends on Facebook. Ugh, Persephone, fuck me. The listing got removed again. He also showed that the email he received from eBay stated that he was banned for offering a direct PayPal transaction option for the item in his description, which was in violation of their terms of service. This resulted.
This is one of the reasons why Chris gets banned from all internet outlets, is because he neglected to read the terms of services. This happened when he posted Rule 34 pictures of his Sonichu comics on DeviantArt, which got taken down and removed because he was violating the terms of services. He got banned from Flipnote Hatena for, again, violating the terms of services because he kept posting his wet dream art on the site.
In another 3-day ban from the site. And in the meantime, Chris wrote again that he will send the framed drawing to the first person who sends him $1,000 via PayPal. Once he has paid the amount, he expressed that he will price future drawings more reasonably. However, if no one sends him the money within the next 3 days, he will relist the drawing on eBay again with the same price tag attached. At around the same time, Chris allegedly received a small Lego set as a present from someone who called themselves Alex and thanked him publicly on Facebook. On June 15th, Chris commemorated Father's Day by posting a birthday card he made for his father Bob on Facebook and wrote that he missed him every day. Also on that day, Quickie Forums user Skyraider91, who had previously leaked photos of the Chandler's house on the forums, began leaking many scans of documents and school homework papers, which were obtained by rummaging through the dumpster next to the house or within the house itself. The leaks largely consisted of Chris's homework assignments in Manchester High School. The papers showed signs of both water and fire damage. The next day, Chris put up a Sonichu and Rooster drawing on eBay one more time, once again setting the buy it now price at $1,000. 2 days later, after declining several offers that did not meet his expectations, Chris lowered the price of the picture to $500. He went to Facebook to explain why he declined offers. I only declined the offers for good reasons. Zero feedback are often trolls. If they really can offer more than the asking price or close equal, then they can afford to buy it now. I'm very reasonably paranoid, so there. On June 18th, Chris wrote a Facebook post about his frequent mental blanks and said that when he often did not respond
Of course he's going to end up blaming his autism.
to online questions, he was not able to because the numerous questions he was getting made him feel like he was being accused of something, which would give him a headache. On the 21st, he changed the main photo of his original drawing listing to a full-color photo of the picture in its frame. On that same day, he relisted his father's Stradivarius filing copy on eBay, stating that the bow had been restrung. It soon disappeared from his account. It returned the next day, accompanied by a Facebook post in which Chris repeated that the bow had been restrung and that the item was not fake. On the 22nd, moments before the Sonichu and Roaster Drawings week-long listing concluded, Chris accepted an offer outside of his desired $500 goal. He confirmed this on Facebook, stating that if the buyer did not pay for it, he would relist the item again. Also on June 22nd, Chris learned of the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog game and the accompanying animated TV series, Sonic Boom. He was strongly angered by the redesign of the character Sonic, who was going to have blue-colored arms.
Oh. This is where it all goes down. Don't call anybody. Oh, shit. Hold on. I know. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. Now can...
Rather than the traditional tan color, he pleaded for Sonic's arm color to be changed back, and compared the distress he felt to the many people who felt that singer Michael Jackson should never have changed his skin color.
You're comparing Sonic's arms to Michael Jackson's skin. Really? Really? I have no words for this sort of stupidity.
At around the same time, Chris joined Reddit, a social media platform where users could share photos of their LEGO creations and collections.
I wonder what it's going to be.
His custom characters and his LEGO Manchester High School. Due to the attention Chris had gotten over the Sanchu and Roaster picture during the month of June, Christian began drawing custom commission-based pictures privately. Some drawings were completed for a price of $200. Toward the end of June, Chris began an online correspondence with an unknown male friend who had commissioned several drawings from him. Chris first informed him that he had asked his gal pal to help him connect with potential girlfriends on OkCupid, but she had since retired her services for him, and now asked his friend to contact local women on his behalf.
Why?
The man showed great hesitation for his task, and instead suggested that he could give Chris advice on what to say. He told Chris that the goal at the beginning should not be to get women to meet him as soon as possible to become his girlfriend, but rather he should show genuine interest in their personality. To Chris's surprise, the friend revealed that he was not well versed in acquiring romantic partners, and that he instead only had gal pals. Christian then followed by stating that he felt meeting women in a public place shortly after first contact was far superior than having a solely online-based relationship, recounting the many times he had heartbreaks over fake internet girlfriends.
Yeah. But whose fault is that?
He felt that he had a chance to pair up with Casey, Liquid Chris's girlfriend, before his friend reminded him that Liquid and Casey were both trolls, and that they never truly cared for him. After several more messages, Chris advised his friend to peruse the online marketplace website, Craigslist, to find himself a hoe to play with and lose his virginity.
Didn't he?
Since it was a great experience for Chris, and ever since then, he did not obsess about sex as much. The friend was appalled by the suggestion.
Why?
On the final day of June, Chris stated that the final buyer of the Sanchu and Roaster drawing backed out of the deal, and so relisted the drawing on eBay for a lower asking price of $200.
Why?
It soon sold to an unknown, legitimate buyer. On July 1st, Christian offered autographed photos for $20 each on eBay.
Why? Why do you think this is appealing?
Willing buyers could choose from a selection of different photographed self-portraits.
Why?
He also advertised drawing commissions on the auction site, showcasing his previous commission projects as examples of his work.
Why did you post those self-autographed pictures of yourself in those poses? It's just cringy.
He offered black and white sketches for $50.
And then again, most people did not care who Chris Chan was, because after Bob's death and the house fire, most people wanted to leave him alone. But with Chris Chan, it's probably impossible to leave someone like that alone, let alone a man-child with low-functioning autism. Makes me concerned whether or not he's going to end up doing the whole insanity plea once Barb dies.
Full-color drawings for $100, and full-color drawings complete with a photo frame.
Why is this appealing? This one. Hold on.
Color drawings for $100, and full-color drawings complete with a photo frame.
Why is this appealing? Look at his blank, expressionless smile. That doesn't even look like a fucking smile. I'm sorry, I get heated when this stuff goes on unpunished, unlooked. But why? Why do you think this is appealing? He just looks dead inside. Look at those blank, expressionless eyes.
Frame and handwritten certificate of authenticity for $200. He received great interest for his autographed photos and drawing requests.
Why?
His followers on Facebook promising that he would devote the next
He looks cringy.
3 days for fulfilling everyone's request.
What? Why?
Later, he shared a link to an amusing-looking Lego minifigure head up for sale on
Misaligned eyes with a clown nose.
eBay.
Why?
This included a photo collage featuring wrestlers, an album cover requested by the Japanese experimental noise band Eclipse New,
Why?
depictions of the Sonichu characters in different scenarios, including a scene of Chris, an album cover requested by the Japanese experimental noise band Eclipse New, and some depictions of the Sonichu characters in different scenarios, including a scene of Chris and Clyde Cash reconciling and shaking hands. A quickie form has been calculated that over the first 9 days of July, Christian likely made around $1,500 across all his available eBay sales. Also in early July, Christian's new OkCupid profile under the
And he's gonna transition later on.
name Level Up King was leaked on the quickie forums. Not long after, he began contacting a woman named Catherine on the site, who was in fact a fabricated persona created by trolls.
Another one.
He kept their relationship private for the time being. On July 14th, Chris listed his father's 1990 appearance as a guest host for WTJU Radio's Jazz Marathon on eBay. He offered the audio as a 6-CD set for $50. The next day, he wrote that $10 from each sale of the CD set would be donated to WTJU Radio, and also offered a deal wherein for that week only, anyone who purchased the CD set would also get a free autographed photo or $20 off of a black and white drawing commission.
At least he's figuring it out. That's all I can say.
He was asked on eBay if he had permission from copyright holders to sell the music, with Chris replying that he did not own the music and felt that he shared the rights to his father's voice on the recordings. A forum member also messaged him about the reasoning for selling the recordings for $50 when Chris himself had made them available as a free download in December 2012. Chris replied, stating that downloading the content for free was internet piracy because it was stealing the content without Bob's family receiving any dues from it. A few days later, in response to possible criticism, Chris stated that he had full permission from the radio station's general manager to proceed with the eBay listing. The official Facebook page from the radio station later clarified that when they first got a call from Chris about selling Bob's appearance on the radio show, they assumed that he was a musician who had played a live set on air. But later, they received calls about the eBay listing and learned about the true nature of Chris's intentions. They stated that what he was doing was not legal and would contact him shortly about the matter. The listing was soon removed from eBay, by which time 2 individuals had purchased CDs, who would instead receive an autographed photo and a black and white drawing, respectively, at no added charge, rather than a refund. Chris wrote that they would also get complimentary CDs. Also in the month
Why?
of July, because of the purchase of his original Sonichu and Rose-Chu drawing, he listed another original piece of artwork starring Sonichu, also set at $200.
Why?
This was soon accompanied by one focused on Rose-Chu.
Yeah, he's just... Look. I'm not going to criticize Chris on how he draws. Again. But... his drawing style hasn't improved since... Well... Since 20 years ago. His drawing style hasn't he has had the same art style 20 years for the last 20 years, and it still hasn't improved. Sure, it's gotten a little better with My Little Pony, but it still looks like chicken scratch to some. Even I have improved my art, and I'm probably going to get flack. I mean, well, you probably might not be able to see it, but... yeah. Even I've improved my art. I mean, when I was like 8 years old, or between 8 and 9, 10, 11, around that time, I used to draw like well, 11, 12. I used to draw like shapes. Like I used to draw my characters with shapes and not like more because I was still young. I was still learning how to draw, and I guess someone told me on how to draw properly, and yeah, I took that to heart and started doing the shapes thing, and it, and I started getting like drawing books, like how to draw books, and I started investing in those, and then I started using reference photos, and now I'm using stock photos for like references, pictures. I have improved my art over the years, and I'm still trying to improve it. It's just, yes, and I've also been watching tutorial videos on how to incorporate poses. But Chris, on the other hand, he has had the same art style since he was like, I don't know how old he was when he started drawing Sonichu. Since he was in high school, and it hasn't changed since. But the difference is, people are paying money and donating to his Patreon just for official artwork, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, I have a page, but I don't do anything on it. It's just because I'm just lazy. And I don't even know what to do.
17th, Chris uploaded a gameplay video of the Nintendo game Mario Kart 8, played on his Wii U, both on his Miiverse account and his YouTube channel. He would upload more Mario Kart videos sporadically over the next year.
I'm thinking about uploading some gameplay videos sporadically.
A week later, Christian wrote in a Facebook post that proceeds from his eBay sales would help greatly the dental treatment which his mother Barbara desperately needed.
And guess what he used that money for? Guess. I know a lot of people are not commenting in the streams, but
He then revealed the photo the customers would get if they did not select one from his options, which featured a return of the Sonichu medallion after several years of not being worn.
I think he made a new one. Because that doesn't look exactly like the one he used to wear. I think he made a new one.
The following day, he offered a free character drawing for every autographed photo sold until Monday, the 28th.
I'm thinking about doing that too. Doing like character drawings. Maybe. I mean, I don't have a scanner on me right now, but if I ever get like a drawing tablet with a built-in screen, I'm thinking about doing character drawings from now on. Maybe for like commissions. Or I could just do like live drawings and then get a scanner. Hopefully for my birthday.
On that day, he stated that he needed the money to buy a new ink cartridge, help pay to ship out his orders, and to make up for the money spent by Barbara impulsively purchasing entertainment center furniture from Goodwill. Meanwhile,
well, the money I goes to like building new suits, which probably is going to be like a living. But the money I would receive is to go to foam, paint, elasticity, up. You know what? I'm thinking about creating a fund for my Streamlabs, like to get super chats. Hopefully, when I start learning how to like activate more chats on YouTube.
Members of the Cookie forums noted that Chris had recently spent almost $190 on a DVD set of the Japanese animated series Sailor Moon, and
Speaking of which, I'm thinking about creating an event. When I start getting like Prime.
$100 on a Lego castle construction set. On August 2nd, Chris went to Facebook to express his gratitude for the custom-made plush doll of Sonichu that he received from a fan. It reminded him of a previous plushie that he got before the house fire, which was destroyed by the flames, along with an oil painting of Sonichu and the Asperger medallion that was sent to him by Alec Benson Leary, which saddened him. The following day,
So those wait. Did those get lost in the fire?
from his friends and followers, knowing that even though he made over $2,000 on eBay last month, he did not have enough money to send out all the purchases to his buyers because that money was spent on bills, printer ink cartridges, shipping, some Lego, and food for his family.
Prioritize, Chris. Prioritize.
In addition, he wanted to raise enough money to fix his mother's teeth.
Maybe, and this is where he gets the. I don't know how much money. What? I hear he like makes like $500 a month on Patreon now, and yet he still wastes that money on toys. Again, this is a warning to people who don't know the whole story. Don't give Chris money. He'll waste it because it's a habit. It's basically his habit. He puts materialistic items before everyone else.
In response to allegations of improper Lego purchases, on August 5th, Chris notified on Facebook that he had mostly purchased Legos to replace all the stuff destroyed by the fire and to contribute to a future business scheme of creating custom minifigures stylized to look like Sonichu characters. 2 days later, Chris wrote a lengthy post.
If I get Legos, honestly, if I get like Lego sets, I would like to do like a short film. I don't know if anyone's gonna collaborate on that shit, but then again, I prefer drawing.
Targeting his trolls. Attention, everyone! I'm long devastated and exhausted of all the hate I've been receiving from the people who are not only labeled bad, trolls, and bullies, but absolutely none of you all know anything better than what impulsively comes into your aging and decreasing brains. All of you impulsively choose those you consider to be weak, stupid, even misusing the word gay to define something or someone as stupid, or even somewhat remotely better than yourselves, just so you can downside your self-confidence and ego, when you have absolutely no self-confidence or ego in yourselves.
You know, this is something Shanny would say. This is something Shanny for Christ would say.
You all are misaiming and impulsive hatred to someone who is not even remotely related to you, or even remotely involved in your own lives. All of you are not angry at me. All of you are not angry at Britney Spears, Pamela Anderson, Katy Perry, or any female superstar. All of you are not angry at Jerry Seinfeld, Tim Allen, Jay Leno, or any male superstar. All of you are not angry at anyone else similar or different or whatever. All of you are truly angry at the misfortunes in your own individual lives. All of you are truly angry at the actual local people around you who have shunned you or labeled you wrongfully, so that you'll end up throwing those same labels upon innocent people who do not deserve that kind of emotional devastation
This does sound like something Shanny for Christ would say.
at all. And the people who wrongfully labeled you all individually have had those same labels directly, wrongfully assigned to them, or otherwise indirectly learned from someone else who was wrongfully labeled as well. You are wrong to throw your own hatred of those around you who more appropriately deserve it onto any other person who does not deserve it to begin with. Wars get started because those people and all of you do not have any better ideas. All of them, and you solely take the immediate impulse that falls in a second to hurt someone else in an unrequited attack on that individual or someone else who did not deserve it to begin with. Every individual in this world is not perfect. Every individual in this world has some sort of mental defect or physical problem or emotional devastation, albeit minuscule or more grand than the size of the universe. There is no real strong person because those strong people are all weak in some area. And
I'm just painting some final adjustments to my
The
suit.
higher force above us is always messing with each of our individual minds every day. Rather, each of you call him God, Emmanuel, Zeus, Buddha, or even the individual destiny of your own. I'm not an atheist.
I did a video where I did I did a reading of Chris Chan and faith. I mean, and religion. And this is what he actually said.
Because I sincerely believe in the higher force of above us. Even Jesus may be the higher force's son, but every religion will have you believing in the one same higher force. Right or wrong, it is truly set up to each individual perception of
Sorry about
each
that.
individual soul among us the billions of people on this big blue marble among marbles in the universe. If all of you bullies really want to be angry at someone, do not pester or torture the innocent people who do not deserve it to begin with. Go take it up with the higher force, which had tweaked that individual person or situation upon yourself in your own prayers. It may or may not listen, but at least you can speak it out of your system in private rants and shouts in your own domicile, residence, or hole in the ground. And then nobody else on this planet would have to take any unrequited abuse or feel more devastated or hurt than they each already are.
These Twitter posts, I mean, Facebook posts, sound like something Shani would say on her YouTube channel.
In their own way. Why is someone else's life indirect to your own immediately and important enough that they need to be tortured? Let them all just be. Let us all live. Sigh. Kim Wilson left a comment, refuting his claims that bullies only attack others because they hate themselves, designating the concept as an 80s and 90s television cliché. She stated that people who criticize others are often very successful and happy in their personal lives, and that he should keep in mind that all criticism is valuable, regardless of its origin. On that same day, Chris posted a new original drawing up for sale on eBay, a depiction of Sonichu and Roaster's wedding. On August 14th, in addition to more necessary money and eBay orders, Christian asked if anyone could provide him with a special trading card from a My Little Pony themed trading card game, which was valued on eBay at $100.
Why?
He posted 2 images on Facebook in support of human equal rights for all people of all genders and orientations, and also came out as a tomgirl, intersects a female soul with male body, and the tranny crossdresser. He also
Oh, yeah.
changed his profile picture to one with an embedded icon showing support for the pro-LGBT human rights campaign. He left a reply in the comment section, clarifying that he identified himself as a lesbian-identified male and encouraged others to search the term on the internet. He also wrote that he fully supported the LGBT community and begrudgingly accepted the gay males. He further wrote that his mother still not approved of him wearing female clothing and short skirts as of late, wishing for her to embrace his tendencies to flirt the skirt. Kristen added a comment to clarify his stance towards all the various genders. I just sorted it out, how to best nutshell the details. I hardly get along with males at all, not counting being civil. I get along better with females, totally! I hardly identify myself with the barbarian and stereotypical males at all. I identify best with the feminine ways, emotions, empathy, and about everything else. I get disgusted with the damn dicks, including my own. I want to shove my face into the big hole below the urethra, known as the beautiful vagina very much. I'm feminine on the inside, male on the outside. My feminine soul is most attracted and aroused by women and their superior beauty. Male bodies are horrendous and most offensive to me. Talk about going from the middle to hell's deep on the beauty/ugly thermometer. Female and male on female and female equals lesbian identified man.
So you're straight. Lesbian identified male, that basically means you're straight. Then he identifies as bisexual. Remember, he now goes by Christine Weston Chandler rather than Christian. Sorry, I'm just doing something over here. Yes, he goes by Christine now. And he calls himself a goddess.
No more questions. Christian then revealed his new identity as a lesbian-identified man and the cross-dressing transsexual in
A cross-dressing
post on his Braziers for Males Facebook page, pleading for all males to wear sports bras and skirts if they wish to do so.
This is just an excuse for him to cross-dress. You know what I mean? I don't really get the appeal of this. This is just his excuse for wanting to wear bras. It's like the whole people, those adult babies who are just you doing this as an excuse just to wear diapers by imploring other people to wear diapers, saying that it's a comfort of having a warm diaper. No, you're just pissing yourself. No, you're just pissing yourself. There's nothing comforting about pissing your diaper. Pissing yourself when you are actually potty trained.
He closed his post by stating his intentions to take part in a pride parade.
Jacob Sockness kind of gave him the idea that Chris was a female, was the reincarnation of a female queen who was punished by the Rokat Empire and was forced to live a life as a male before transcending into her true self as a CPU goddess.
There was one in this area. On August 15th, since Chris was interested in going on a date with Catherine in Fashion Square, he wrote a 2-page letter addressed to the manager of the mall from which he had been banned. He apologized for his loud outbursting misconduct/misbehavior, which was instigated by internet trolls. He wrote that he had matured emotionally and mentally since his ban and was in a serious relationship with a woman whom he deeply loved, a feeling which should not be mistaken for the act of intercourse. He thusly wanted to get readmitted into the mall so that they could shop there together. In addition, he wrote a similar letter of apology to get unbanned from the Walmarts in Charlottesville and Marcusville, relaying the exact same sentiment about his relationship and wish to go shopping together.
But did he get unbanned?
Finally, he wrote a 4-page letter of apology addressed to Mary Lee Walsh
He didn't really mean it.
of Piedmont, Virginia Community College, apologizing for depicting her in his comics as an evil witch. Chris then reminded her of his attraction sign, which he forbade, and said that had she not have made it obvious to him that true love was illegal in the state of Virginia, he would have never drawn her as a witch character, which resulted in increased attention for her from the trolls. He requested that he be unbanned from the campus so he could have the liberty to attend on-campus events and attend classes for the sake of his present and future family. On August 16th, Chris wrote a public post on Facebook, apparently confessing that he would not let himself be bothered by trolls' actions anymore, because only his true friends knew of his genuine caring nature and respected him being a lesbian and a tranny. I no longer am going to care.
Well, right now, the LGBTQ kinda disemboweled Chris because they didn't want him associating with the crazy people in their community, especially the ones that pretend to be transgender just so that they could get free access to the restroom.
So easily for the opinions of the lot of you. I used to care.
Or they would have, or I'm not saying that all trannies like that, but there are a group of people that do that shit. I think they're called transtrenders, and they've been like a big issue in the LGBTQ community since like 2014. And Chris Chan was one of those people. He was a transtrender. Another person was a guy that liked to dress up as a 6-year-old girl and acted like a 6-year-old girl. And there are people who are also into, there are even people who are into like the adult baby fetish. I'm not saying that I'm not saying this as a way to like discredit the transgender community. I mean, there are people who are genuine and are still going through the process of transitioning, and I commemorate you for your bravery. But I'm just warning those that there are some and I mean some, a minority, not all of them, just a few, a tiny few who use the whole transgender movement as a token to get validation. And of course, I commemorate the transgender community for disembowering these people, including Christian. They don't want them to be associated with the crazy people in their community. Same with the Sonic fandom and the Pokemon fandom. I mean, we all know about how bad the Sonic fandom was, and how a lot of butthurt fans would voice their opinions on YouTube and DeviantArt, especially on DeviantArt with people making ridiculous OCs, much similar to that of Sonichu. I mean, I know a lot of people were pissed off at the Sonic movie trailer, the first one, before which I think it was a good thing that they changed it, and the movie was good. I really liked it, honestly. I don't know about the games, with the exception of Sonic Mania, because that was basically a nostalgia rush for some Sonic fans. But I hear they're getting back the Sega Genesis, or doing a new Sega Genesis port or whatever. Maybe that would get Sonic fans back.
And that has hurt me mentally and emotionally very harshly, but not anymore. You all can just go ahead and call me gay, meaning stupid, dumb, or homo, because I am homo for women, and none of any of you are going to ever change who I am there. Go ahead and give out my phone number, email, and all that shit, because I will never respond to any of you haters as...
This is basically what Shandy for Christ would say. No, scratch that. This is what she exactly said in her I'm not responding video. I'm pretty sure Drag.Silva reviewed that.
Hazers, my closest friends and allies, mean a heart and soul full to me than any of you strangers.
Again, these are one of the reasons why I've been comparing Shandy for Christ to Christian, is because Christian has posted similar things that Shandy has said in her videos. So,
because I've never even been remotely familiar with any of you before 2007, and very likely I never will have the displeasure of even making your acquaintance in person ever. And this is the last time I will ever say anything in response to your shitful and hurtful comments and hatred for hate's sake. So there. On August 17th, he changed his Facebook cover photo to a picture of his Lego incarnation, holding the hand of a Lego minifigure.
That's not really a Lego. It's more like a Lego knockoff.
Presenting Catherine, who was wearing a miniature paper replica of his Sonichu medallion, which sparked discussion on the creepy forums over the existence of a possible new sweetheart. 1 week later, he posted a so-called poll on Facebook intended to be answered only by internet trolls. He asked them if they not liked the rage-face comic genre of internet memes, especially the often-featured troll face, and if the trolls answered yes, they were to click the like button on his post. On August 25th, he announced that Sonichu disliked pickles in his comics because he was severely allergic to them, writing that eating a whole pickle would paralyze Sonichu. Kristen stated that Sonichu and most of his other characters were heterosexual, apart from Robbie Sonichu, who was a total lesbian Tomgo Fanny crossdresser, lesbian Tomgo Sarah Rosetrue, and bisexual Crystalline Rosetrue. On the final day of the month, Christian went on a date with Catherine while wearing the perfume Fantasy by Britney Spears. She was accompanied by a troll playing the part of her cousin, Al, who drove her to meet Chris at the date location, the restaurant Applebee's. The audio of their conversation was covertly recorded.
Oh yeah. Is this the one where he said that he related to Barack Obama? Look at that. This is. A lot of people are debating on whether or not I want to believe that a lot of people are debating on whether or not I want to believe that Chris Chan's condition might be debatable on whether or not he could be either a high functioning autistic or low functioning autistic. Either way, he could be leading to mid functioning to low, given his it doesn't have to be like vocal inabilities to be low, but I'm not saying he's a retard. I'm not really saying that at all. Naive, yes. Impressionable, yes. Gullible, definitely. Easily manipulated, exactly. You know, Applebee's is basically first date material. It would be I'm not gonna ask my sister once this whole Okay, maybe I will ask my sister after this whole quarantine ends, assuming if it's going to end, but it will. I mean, a lot of people are doubting whether or not it's gonna end because people are too stupid to stay inside. But it is what it is. Again, this shit will blow over eventually, and from what I hear,
After discussing Chris's family, we move on to the topic of his gender identity.
that's a British accent. He starts now he's dressing up like a brony or a Pegasister. He's starting to dress up like a brony slash Pegasister, where he's wearing like a unicorn headband or something.
Chris, I'm not trying to be offensive or nothing, but what's this whole tomboy thing? I don't understand.
Essentially, where it's like tomboy, where women are interested in boyish things and high activity. I'm into more feminine things.
So you're like a cross-dresser then, or?
Yes, you can call me tranny. I accept that term. I'm a lesbian, tomgirl, transgender male. So I'm 3/4 woman.
Okay.
The only difference is the body.
So now he's transitioned to being a woman or a goddess, according to Jacob Sockness.
They certainly have a unique fashion sense, I'll say.
He kind of this is why I don't really buy into his transgender identities or his pronouns. It's because again, Chris has failed most times to pick up women, and a lot of people are assuming that this is his way of picking up girls is by pretending to be a lesbian. And he has tried so hard to make himself become a woman. But then, again, to each his own. It is what it is. Okay, also, most of his fashion sense almost looks like 90s middle school. Because that's what all the girls wore at his... Most of his gal pals used to wear the same outfits. It's kind of like he looks... He's trying to go for that whole Japanese anime schoolgirl BS. Which I kind of find it either hilarious or bizarre. Then again, we still have that Stefani Waltz guy who likes to dress up as a 6-year-old girl. I don't know if he's still around. Maybe he kind of quit that shit.
Yeah. Fairly unique, but I'm sure I could be shaken up a little more sophisticated or whatever.
Yep.
Catherine later revealed Chris's demeanor during the date.
Also, there are times where Chris would try to like speak in a high-pitched voice to make him sound girly. He probably got that from like Saturday morning cartoons. Probably like, or he probably got that from Japanese anime. I don't know. But he's trying to make himself sound like a girl, more like a someone on helium.
He kept trying to hold my hand, so I negotiated lunch like a T-Rex with strumpy little arms. Then he tried footsie under the table, and he stared at my tits a lot. I kept hoping Cousin Al would say something, but he never did. In retrospect, I should have called him out on it.
So what are your goals, plans, whatever? You guys gonna get married or what?
Well, we might. One day.
Look at this one. Yeah, this is one of the.
Be together more often, I hope.
Well, you were talking about wanting to get married.
He's now married. He's now married to fictional characters, by the way.
You said you wanted to be in the next 5 years or so.
Yeah, within the next 5 years. But that's up to you, though. When you feel ready to get married, I'll be there by your side.
Look at that. Look at these pictures. You can tell that in this he was trying to smile. His teeth are rotting. You can tell that his teeth are slowly rotting. That
And I'm still in full support of who you are as well. Remember? Open relationship.
So you got open relationships?
I'll fully support her, you know her as a bi. I'm sure. Or,
So you're okay with her being with other women?
yeah.
I'm a monster king.
Does that include other men too?
Well, optionally for
Kind of reminds me of Mick Foley or Mankind with that ridiculous toothless grin.
her. But for me, I would definitely, if I felt up to it, it would be with another woman, definitely. But she expressed her interest in other women as well. I mean, I don't want to go too much into that. It sounds a little bit embarrassing. Just tell us.
Chris, you love her, right?
Yes, I do. I care about her.
So why would
This is another one of those trolling schemes. Again, Chris gets tricked by people pretending to be girls interested in him. And this is the same with Emily, except there's no man in a pickle suit. I'm just waiting for the guy in the pickle suit to make an appearance. I don't know why, but it'd be funny to see.
would you be okay with her having sex with other men?
No.
Well,
I mean, that's a fair question.
it's a fair question, yes. It's more like if I can't satisfy her, she feels lack of satisfaction,
So you'd be a cuckold.
for that our relationship would be honest and loyal to each other.
So that's basically the definition of a cuck.
That if she feels like she needs to see somebody else, then that's fine.
That's basically cuckolding.
So sort of like an open marriage thing where each of you can see other people?
Yeah, more cucking.
Marry other people.
So it's basically like a cuckold. And yes, he's in a polyamorous relationship with Magic-chan, Savannah, Rosechu, and Mewtwo.
Just like see other people.
Yeah,
Like
but yeah, just like see other people. It's like to take a break from each other as well. Because I've learned a lot of television about where marriages end up bad because one cheats on the other. Yeah, but this way it's an open relationship, so we're being honest with each other. And I come to terms with that being part of a healthier relationship. I mean, even modernly, sometimes the married couples will sleep in separate rooms if they felt need to.
sleep in separate rooms, like after a fight or something, maybe?
No,
Or
essentially, yeah, they get married and they decide it's like one doesn't feel comfortable sleeping right next to the other, so they end up with separate rooms. But they still love each other and care each other. In fact, it gives them more room to breathe.
so that have you had relationships like that then, where you've been
No, I
kept
haven't.
distance?
Well, I haven't had too many relationships really.
Most of the
There was one where
relationships are just a bunch of trolls pretending to be girls.
where there's one girl definitely
I
suppose you feel very strongly about respecting spouses.
Oh yes, I do.
After a while, the three move on to discussing the house fire.
So Chris, you're saying that your house fire got started by some appliance with the Keurig?
Yeah, the Keurig coffee bill was plugged into the extension cord, plugged into the bathroom wall, and the fire happened at the arch where it was over the door frame, over the door.
Oh, I was gonna say if it was the coffee maker, I would have sued the hell out of those bastards.
But I thought we thought for a while that's why it was too, the coffee brewer. But unfortunately, it turned out to be the extension cord after the fire inspector confirmed that.
But why was it that the coffee maker was put through an extension cord for electric?
okay. Again, I like to reiterate the fact that Chris's neglectfulness and his gullibility and his gullibility and how he tried to like blame plugging a Keurig in a bathroom extension, it's almost akin to trying to commit non-living by drinking Febreze.
We didn't have one that was closer. The closest one there was behind a really big dresser, and the house was cluttered. Had lots of stuff, and my mom, being as impulsive as she was, a good will sometimes, that didn't help much either. But that is like God telling us, "Hey, Barbara, I'll make it easier for you. There you go, fire. Get out of the house." Yeah, because she was concerned about all that clutter as well. Didn't know where to put it.
Is that how she's coping?
So your mother thinks that God was telling her to move out of the house, so God burnt it down? Is that what she believes?
That's one idea she has.
Food's great.
Yeah.
Food sounds good.
Yes, it's middling.
I have a
Me too. Just middling.
Nervous.
A little bit. I'm a bit of a soda drunk. I drank a lot of soda throughout my life, so I ended up with a shaky leg also.
like a lot of people say he's a diabetic.
One thing my mother complains about when that shakes the house also.
Your shaky leg shakes the whole house.
Well, when I'm standing, not as much when I'm sitting down here.
So you're just like, your leg fidgets a little bit, shakes like that?
Yeah.
That's actually people who fidget like that, they burn more calories.
Well, now I feel weird because I don't know.
But don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Maybe live with me long enough, you'll pick up on the habit. Just kidding.
That's all I know about living together. Like I said, my dad's really traditional.
I'm a monster king.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing, another obstacle to relationships. Sometimes we travel a lot, so if it's long distance and you can't see each other, that's a challenge. So
It takes effort. It takes a lot of effort.
And I am willing to put in the effort.
And the British accent kind of threw me off. The cousin.
Well, I live in Colchester, so it's not that far away.
It's not that far away. Plus, you can always move in with
A lot of people are.
yourself comfortable.
I could say that he could be low functioning autistic, but again, I could say he's low functioning autistic, but I don't know that for sure. A lot of people would complain that he is high functioning. It doesn't matter whether you say he's low or high. Again, it depends on where you see this.
Christian then revealed to Catherine and Dal his various experiences with internet trolls and elaborated on his troubles concerning the gameplays.
Yeah, this was October 2011. Michael Snyder, the game hobby plays, had been banned from there because Michael Hayden, my gosh, April 2008. And
Last I forgot,
he was
he called Michael Snyder an ethnic term.
definitely a
Kind of like and yes, chat, yes, Chris Chan is the real life Eric Cartman, in a sense.
total asshole.
How was he an asshole to you?
He was just very mean, uncaring. He wouldn't even give consideration when I went in one time before that just asked me, is it okay, everything's past, everything. And he's like, no.
And he called him the J word, the word that Cartman calls Kyle from South Park.
He's like, no. They want to call the police on evidence, so I left. Yeah, person I had at the time.
Wait a second. Why would you record it and then why would you upload it? What did you upload it to?
It was because, so I could prove that Michael was as mean as he was. Had not been mean, I would not have uploaded it at all. But I mean, it was an audio recording. I had a digital camera.
It's the one, and I think they made like a South Park parody of it. Well, in the style of South Park, because Chris kind of reminded me a lot of Eric Cartman. He could be the real life Eric Cartman.
And it recorded the audio.
And when was this?
This was like, I think 2009 or 10. Yeah.
And then you said you got arrested in 2011?
Yeah, because it was a trap essentially. My mother and I, we were in that part of town, and we saw a sign in the store window that said "Under New Management." So I figured Michael was gone, right? No, he was the new manager of the place now, and he had the police on call ready right there. Have the people at the Staples store to be like witnesses and everything. And Mom and I, we tried to make our escape, but nobody would let us. And then Snyder paid the police to beat the crap out of them and arrest them. So
No, he didn't.
like that.
He bribed the cops?
Yeah.
Why would he do that? Why would he hate you so much?
Well, how did you find out that he bribed the cops? Like,
Well,
did they tell you?
Yeah, well, pretty much, my mom figured it out, essentially.
Well, actually, Bob always said that Michael and Megan were the ones behind the trolling schemes. And they didn't know about Chris's online activities, especially when he stole money from their credit cards just so that he could buy more stuff, putting them in thousands of dollars in debt. And this was back when Bob was still alive. And I'm hearing fireworks outside. Neighbors. I just ignore it. Why? Because it doesn't really mean a damn thing. And besides, people are just shooting fireworks just for the hell of it at this time.
It's like you common sense to put two and two together. Making a profit from me and my mother. He thought we were rich, but we were not so rich. We ended up losing a lot of money we had that Mr. C, my father, had left us. And the court lawyer fees.
So what were you charged with then? I mean, it sounds like
Hit and run.
you didn't do anything.
Yeah, we were charged with trespassing.
Aside from also,
You tried to make an escape. Did you run from the cops?
A bit, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were trying to block our path out, but we made it happen. Then they cornered us at the nearby court building in the back parking lot behind the building.
Chris, I've had to deal with cops myself, and I gotta say, you never look forward to dealing with the cops, but they're still the police. You gotta treat them with respect, even if they're, even if you don't like them, you still have to deal. Even if you don't agree with what they're dealing, you still have to show respect. It's just important to do.
Yeah, that's still the process I'm trying to get to, hold the giving, pulling the good from the bad from, and I'm still.
I wonder what Chris thinks of the whole George Floyd thing. And the whole Black Lives Matter and police brutality thing. He probably would call that cop that killed George Floyd a evil jerk cop. And hopes that his soul will be torn to pieces come the dimensional merge.
Saying bad
And he'll also say that we'll see George Floyd again on the other side of C-197.
because with the bribery and everything, they can be corrupted. Because you don't know what's going on in their heads. And Snyder, he pretended to be hit by a van, but he did not. The van was stood still. He hit the bumper and faced falls twice.
So the van,
Is he just...
he walked up to the van and then
Wait a minute.
Uh,
Wait a minute. Did he just retcon the whole incident with Michael Snyder just to paint himself in a different light?
He stood there like the general who,
But then again, this is Chris Chan.
yeah.
But this is Chris Chan, so I wouldn't expect him being honest because.
He continued to talk about his various experiences with the trolls.
I've actually met a few of them in person, once or twice. Well, one of them was kind of like a setup where I thought I was going to make a new girlfriend there. I thought I was going to be there one time, but it turned
Oh yeah, this is basically this date with Catherine is basically that all over again. That is Emily all over again.
out there was a camera recording and hiding from somewhere else, recording everything that was going on that conversation. Yeah, and then this other guy came in dressed in a pickle costume.
Costume? Why would he be dressed in a pickle costume?
I know it is absurd. Because earlier in the Science Shoot comics, Drew Science Shoot eating lunch with Rose Shoe. He was eating a sandwich, he had pickles on it. He was like, I hate pickles. Yeah, because I don't like pickles either.
Oh, okay.
Well, he likes them now. He got a Pickle Rick doll.
It's 10 after 3.
Okay, well, we'll wrap it up here in a few minutes. So.
They've got my car to find out what's wrong with it.
Where was the mechanic? Where's the garage then?
We don't know you don't know the street address? No, we don't. We don't have a street address. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll follow y'all.
I'll follow y'all.
Long way to the mechanics.
It's near my place. He's going to drop me off and then he's got to go back home for work. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If I can make the pride bread for you. That's
Yeah.
2 weeks.
That's on the 13th.
Yeah, so it's 2 weeks from now. I'll try and see if I can make
Sorry, I was just painting. Sorry, I was just painting my some of my cosplay armor.
Well, you can always talk with Katie over Skype, right?
Christian suggested that they could visit his house in Ruckersville, which was still being renovated and repaired. Catherine and Al took him up on his offer.
It ended like that abruptly. Okay, but wait until you see issue part 41. That's where shit really flies off the handles because of the Sonic Boom protest and the GameStop incident. I hope Geno Samuel puts that in his next video. But again, that does it for this stream. I hope you guys liked it. If you've seen it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Rickzilla1. Follow me on Twitter, RGHaime91. You can subscribe to my channel, Rickzilla0825. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Also, I want to give a shout out to Geno Samuel for releasing issue 40 of Chris Chan's Comprehensive History. I want to give out a shout out to my new followers, Imaginative Hobbyist. He followed me on social media since 2017. I want to thank my other followers like Druid Lover 1, Doubtful Corgi, Ella Tallulah, O Hamburgers. I also want to give a shout out to the Geek Room and other people who have subscribed to my channel, maybe to like help me out. And I would like to, again, I already shielded out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Rickzilla1, and my Twitter handle. And hopefully when I like start putting some inventory on my Patreon, you can follow me on there. Or when I get like a artist, like a drawing tablet with a built-in screen, and then I start making my merchandise and OCs, you can, I might open up a Teespring or like a merchandise store, hopefully soon.